Hi there, welcome or welcome back to the Books R Us. Today I'm going to run you through all my to-be-read books for the month of June. June is arriving and I'm very excited, but it also means that it is exam month at school, which means that I have a lot of work to do. And because of that, I'm going to try and run you through this possible to-be-read very quickly. I won't take as much time to explain what each book is about. I'm just going to show all of them to you, and hopefully you can help me narrow down the books that I should read. I'm going to try and finish with some sort of a short list here, but definitely recommend which books you would want me to read or that you have liked in the past, if you recognize any of these. Alright, let's start. My first category are recent releases or books that have been published quite recently. First of which is The Warbler by Sarah Beth Durst. This one is about a woman who turns into a tree at different places. Next we have The House of Blight by Maxime M. Martineau. This one is about a girl who has healing powers. Then there is Fearless by Lauren Roberts. This is the third book in the series. I have read the first two books. They weren't really my cup of tea, but I wouldn't be me if I wouldn't try and finish what I've started, so there you go. And then there is The Names by Florence Knapp. This one is about a child that is born, and I believe that we are following the different possibilities of this child's life depending on which name the child would get. The next category, as always, is series. I have this duology, which is Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves. But as I have said a couple of times before, I am not really reading any new series this year. That would be for next year. So all these series are going on the shelf regardless. The second series is this one. I believe the first one is The Foxhole Court, and then we have The Raven King, The King's Man, and The Sunshine Court. I think it is about high school, and because of this cover, I am also guessing that it is about a lacrosse team or some sort of sports team. And the last series is the Shadow Me series. I have this whole box here, which, once again, not starting this year. The next category are classics. I, of course, once again have a couple of plays by Shakespeare over here. I've got Julius Caesar, Othello, The Merry Wives of Windsor, Pericles, and The Two Noble Kingsmen, all possibilities for June. Then there's Ivanhoe by Sir Walter Scott, which I haven't read yet. And then some possible rereads, one of which would be Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. Right? No? Yeah. And some other possible rereads would be Mark Twain's The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. But this one specifically because of another book that is coming later. The next category are all just books that sort of randomly ended up in this to be read. First of which is Ticklingly English by Dara Ó Briain, which is this comedian's take on the English language, I believe. There is Love Theoretically by Ellie Hazelwood. I have read one book by her before and I didn't like it, so this would be kind of an attempt at redemption. One-Eyed Markovitch by Ayelet Gundar Goshen. I have no idea what this is about. I just picked it up at a bookstore. Big Little Lies by Liane Moriarty, which I probably won't read because I have seen the splendid HBO series of this book. They were amazing to watch, and I still know too much about this story. The Most Fun We Ever Had by Claire Lombardo. No idea what this is about. I believe it is about a family, but the how and the what, I don't know. Playground by Richard Powers, which I picked up because of this gorgeous cover. Today, Tonight and Tomorrow by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I believe I picked this up because it seemed like something my students would enjoy. Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and Act Your Age, Eve Brown, both by Talia Hibbert. Now, I do believe that these are sort of part of a trilogy or 3 interconnecting books or something like that. So probably not for this June. The Lake House by Sarah Beth Durst because it seemed nice and creepy. And the graphic novel Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees by Patrick Horvath. It seems interesting with this cute bear and a body bag, I believe. Moving on to my last but largest category, and these are all books that were some way or another recommended to me, either by friends or colleagues or other YouTubers. So let's have a look. There's Before We Were Yours by Lisa Wingate. I believe this one is about children who are adopted or who get into like the foster system. James by Percival Everett, and this is the reason why The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn was in there, because this book James is apparently based on The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, but it's like a modern retelling, I believe. So it seemed like fun to read the both of them. The Fire Next Time by James Baldwin, no idea what to expect of this. And White Sargasso Sea by Jane Riss. I know that this is like a prequel to Jane Eyre, but I don't know how to interpret that. I guess then it would be about the first wife of Mr. Rochester. Evenings and Weekends by Oisin McKenna, no idea what it is about. Butter by Asako Yuzuki. I believe this is a murder story, but it has to do something with a professional chef who is in prison. The Wedding People by Alison Espach. Someone crashes a wedding and I believe that she has some bad intentions towards herself. High Fidelity by Nick Hornby, which my husband keeps insisting I should read. Shark Heart by Emily Habeck, which I've heard several YouTubers talking about by now. I think it is quite intense, sad but beautiful. And it is about a person who is slowly turning into a shark. My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. This one is in the top 10 even of the best books of the past quarter century. 7 Days in June by Tia Williams, which was pitched as an actually good romance novel. Foster by Claire Keegan. I have read Small Things Like These, which I enjoyed a lot, so I'm looking forward to this one. As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow by Zulfa Katu. I love the cover of this one as well. Makes me happy to look at. The Library at Mount Char by Scott Hawkins. I believe that this is more of a fantasy standalone book. All Fours by Miranda July. No idea what it is about. The Dream Hotel by Laila Lalami, which I believe has something to do with a woman who dreams that she wants to hurt her husband or something like that, and then she gets arrested because of that. The Lies of Loch Lamora by Scott Lynch, which I've been told over and over again that I should read. Apparently, as a fantasy fan, this is something that you really have to read. Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I definitely want to read this one because I'm trying to read all the Taylor Jenkins Reid books. Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth. I believe it was actually one of you who has told me to read this book, so yeah, I'm very interested. Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt, which I have heard very good things about as well, and I'm very curious what it is actually about now. And the last one is Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris, which I have been told is a really great thriller, so I'm curious about this one as well. Okay, I'll try to narrow it down to like a top 10 TBR, but once again, don't forget to give me advice on these books. Okay, this seems like my top 10 priority. I'll run you through them very quickly. High Fidelity for my husband. My Brilliant Friend because I'm expecting a lot. The Lies of Loch Lamora because I'm going to need some fantasy to distract me from all the work that I have to do. Daisy Jones and the Six because I finally want to watch that series as well. Darling Girls because one of you recommended it to me. Remarkably Bright Creatures because it has been such a sensation. Behind Closed Doors because sometimes you just need a thriller. Foster for a quick read. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees also for a quick read. And lastly, The Names because one of my colleagues started reading this and I would like to talk to her about this book. Alright, that's it for me. If you like this video, please press that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and please leave a comment on the books that I've been talking about. Give me any suggestions that you want to, or tell me if I should not read a book, that's also fine. And I hope to see you soon in another video. Bye!